Okay, let's unpack this. When you hear industrial ovens, maybe not the first thing you think of is a global market boom, right?
Probably not, no.
But here's where it gets really interesting. We've got our hands on some fascinating data. It's all about the global continuous industrial oven market.
Mhm.
And we're doing a deep dive into an industry that's, well, it's truly heating up, quietly shaping how so many products get made worldwide.
It really is, sort of behind the scenes.
Exactly. So our mission today, explore the surprising market trends, the, impressive growth figures in this sector, help you quickly grasp the vital insights from the sources we looked at.
And what's striking right away is just the scale and the consistent growth of this niche that often gets overlooked.
Yeah.
Our sources show that back in 2021, the global market for these continuous industrial ovens valued at nearly $1.7 billion.
Wow. Almost $1.7 billion.
Yeah. And if we connect that to the bigger picture, projections show it rising significantly, hitting over $2.1 billion by 2025.
Mm.
And then an impressive $3.6 billion by 2033. That's growing at a compound annual growth rate of about 6.5%.
So 6.5% year over year, basically. Consistent.
Very consistent. And this raises a big question. What exactly are these continuous ovens? And what's driving such steady expansion in something that, sounds so industrial?
That is the multi-billion dollar question. And good point about continuous. These aren't like your oven at home. Not at all.
Right.
We're talking massive automated systems. Products move through them continuously. It's crucial for high-volume stuff, uniform production. Think automotive, food processing, electronics.
Efficiency on a huge scale.
Exactly.
That-
Efficiency on steroids.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen the big global picture. Now let's zoom in a bit. Where exactly are these ovens, truly heating up the fastest?
Good question. Where's the action?
Let's start with North America. Still a major player, obviously. The market there was worth over $660 million in 2021,
Big chunk.
and it's expected to hit over $1.2 billion by 2033. That's with a solid 5.7% annual growth. Pretty steady.
Indeed. And while the U.S. accounts for the largest part of that, growing steadily just over 5%.
Yeah.
What's maybe more intriguing is the acceleration you see in its neighbors, Canada, looking at a robust 6.25% annual growth.
Okay, faster than the U.S.
But Mexico really stands out in North America. It shows the strongest growth rate at just over 7%.
7%. Wow.
Yeah. It suggests, an evolving industrial landscape there, maybe new trade agreements, maybe nearshoring trends, or just expanding manufacturing hubs. Even within established markets, you see these shifts.
That's a really fascinating point about Mexico. Shows how even, like you said, established markets can have these surprising pockets of rapid growth.
Definitely.
But if you think that's agile, let's cross the pond. Over to Europe, we see another dynamic mix there. Steady growth overall, but also some unexpected surges.
Right. The European market overall is set to grow from nearly $500 million in 2021 to almost $1 billion by 2033.
Doubling, almost.
Pretty much. With about a 6.18% annual growth rate overall. Countries like the UK, Germany, France, they show respectable growth, in the 5% range. Solid.
Okay. But are there standouts?
Oh, absolutely. Interestingly, it's specific countries in Europe that are really pushing that regional average up. Spain, for example, projected to grow at an impressive 7.7% annually.
Nearly 8% for Spain. Nice.
But Denmark truly leads the pack in Europe. It shows the highest regional GGR, just over 8%, 8.02% to be exact.
Denmark.
And Switzerland isn't far behind, right at 8%.
Huh. What do you make of that, Denmark and Switzerland?
Well, it probably indicates, targeted investment in high-value precision manufacturing, areas where these continuous ovens are absolutely essential, or perhaps unique national industrial policies, pushing innovation. Something specific is happening there.
Fascinating. Okay, let's head over to Asia Pacific now, because the numbers here, they look really striking. Projected to be the fastest growing region globally.
That's what the data suggests. It's expected to expand from about $350 million in 2021. To almost $887 million by 2033, with an incredible 8.08% annual growth overall for the region.
8% average across that whole massive region. What's fueling that kind of boom?
Well, the figures in Asia-Pacific are certainly phenomenal. China, as you'd expect, is a powerhouse. It's registering an 8.65% annual growth rate.
Strong, very strong.
But India actually takes the lead. Market-leading 9.27% annual growth projected.
Get out, nearly 9.3%.
Yeah, really leading the charge. Japan also shows strong, steady growth, about 6.8%. And even Southeast Asia as a whole is set to grow significantly at 8.2%.
So massive manufacturing expansions,
Right.
processing. What sectors are driving this?
It suggests huge growth in sectors like automotive, consumer electronics, definitely large-scale food production across these nations. It really speaks to rapid industrialization just on a massive
The
scale.
scale is just phenomenal. You mentioned those applications. It's almost like this silent industrial revolution happening, isn't it?
That's a good way to put it.
These ovens just working around the clock, unseen mostly, but fundamentally changing how stuff gets made. Okay, but let's not forget South America, also showing a healthy appetite for these ovens.
Right, absolutely. The market there is growing from about $76 million dollars to over $170 million dollars by 2033. That's a 7.08% annual growth rate.
Also very solid growth, over 7%.
And Brazil leads the region there, 7.75% annual growth projected. Colombia also stands out, 7.44% growth. So strong activity there too.
Okay. And the Middle East, what's happening there?
Middle East, the numbers are equally compelling, actually. The market there is expected to nearly double as well, from around $73 million dollars in 2021 to $170 million dollars by 2033.
Same projected value as South America, interestingly.
Roughly, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at a 7.09% annual growth rate. Saudi Arabia and Turkey are both strong contributors,
Mm-hmm.
but Qatar shows a standout growth rate at 8.37%, which is, well, quite remarkable for a smaller market.
8.37% for Qatar. That's higher than China or almost India levels.
It's right up there. It indicates, probably, significant industrial diversification, infrastructure development in these nations, maybe moving beyond, their traditional economic sectors.
It's incredible to see such varied growth. What do you think accounts for Qatar's really unique position there, given its smaller market size compared to, say, Saudi Arabia? Any specific new industries popping up?
That's a great question. The sources we have don't detail the precise industries driving it in Qatar, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But that robust growth likely reflects, aggressive investment, maybe new infrastructure projects, perhaps tied to major events they've hosted or plan to host, or just long-term economic diversification strategies that simply require advanced manufacturing capabilities. They're building something new.
Makes sense. Building capacity. Okay, and finally, rounding out our global tour, Africa.
Africa also shows consistent growth. Its market value is projected to grow from about $54 million dollars in 2021 to over $114 million dollars by 2033.
So doubling there as well, roughly.
Roughly, yeah. With a steady 5.89% annual growth rate.
Hmm.
Nigeria and South Africa remain the largest markets on the continent.
Okay. So, I mean, a key takeaway from just looking at all these figures, it's the consistent upward trajectory, isn't it, across all continents?
Mhm.
The pace varies, sure, but everyone's growing.
Exactly.
It really paints a picture of widespread industrial modernization and these continuous industrial ovens, playing a quiet but really crucial role in driving efficiency and output everywhere.
Absolutely. And stepping back, this data really suggests that the whole global industrial landscape is undergoing this widespread shift
Yeah.
towards automation, towards efficiency, innovation, specifically in continuous heating systems.
Yeah.
The demand for these ovens is clearly kind of a barometer,
Yeah.
for industrial health and expansion worldwide.
So what does this all mean for you listening in? We've seen incredible growth across the globe, right? From established markets like North America and Europe to the really rapidly emerging ones,
Mm.
all driven by this relentless pursuit of efficiency and scale in manufacturing.
And the broader implication here is that the future of global manufacturing, it's increasingly automated. It's optimized.
Seems unavoidable.
The data clearly shows these significant opportunities, especially as we saw in Asia Pacific. You've got that market-leading 9.27% CAGR in India, China's 8.65%, huge.
Can't ignore those numbers.
But don't forget the robust growth we saw elsewhere. Europe, like Denmark's 8.02%, Latin America with Brazil's 7.75%,
Right.
even North America's steady expansion, and that rising demand across the Middle East and Africa. Qatar's standout 8.37%. It just underscores how pervasive this industrial evolution really is. It's everywhere.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Beyond just the numbers, how might the relentless silent hum of these continuous industrial ovens be shaping the future? The future of global manufacturing, the everyday products we all rely on,
Yeah.
right under our noses?
What's next?
Perhaps even the rise of entirely new industries we can't even imagine yet, all fueled by these unsung heroes of efficiency. Fascinating stuff to think about.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a corner of the industrial world that maybe sounds a bit niche.
Yeah, on the surface maybe.
But trust me, it's incredibly important. Foundational, really, to so many things we use every day. We're talking about the continuous industrial oven market.
That's right. And our mission today, well, it's to really get into the dynamics of this market. We want to unpack its significance, look at the challenges, and definitely explore the future trends.
Sort of understanding the hidden engines of manufacturing.
Exactly, the unsung workhorses.
And we should mention all the insights we're discussing. They come straight from Cognitive Market Research's analysis. The report is called Continuous Industrial Oven Market Dynamics.
A really thorough piece of research.
So let's start at the beginning. What are continuous industrial ovens exactly? And why are they so, well, vital?
Okay, so think beyond your kitchen oven. These are industrial scale systems, really crucial for industries needing very consistent, very efficient thermal processing. Often they look like long tunnels. Yeah, usually with conveyor belts moving products through different heat zones continuously. Heating, drying, curing, whatever the process needs.
Right. And which industries rely on these most heavily?
Well, the big drivers are sectors like food processing. Think about baking bread or drying cereals uniformly, batch after batch, well, continuously, actually.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
Then there's automotive manufacturing, curing paint finishes perfectly or treating composite parts. And electronics, too. Circuit boards need very specific heat treatments.
So industries needing high volume and consistency.
Precisely. They just couldn't get the throughput or the product quality without these kinds of reliable, dedicated heating solutions.
Beyond just being necessary, what are the big operational wins? Why choose these over, say, batch ovens?
The continuous flow is the main thing. It makes operations incredibly scalable. You feed products in one end, they come out processed at the other, no stopping and starting like with batches.
Okay, so efficiency and workflow.
And energy efficiency, too. They're designed to hold stable temperatures and often recapture and reuse heat far better than heating up and cooling down a batch oven repeatedly.
That connects directly to automation, doesn't it?
Absolutely. In today's, high throughput manufacturing world, everyone's pushing for more automation. These conveyor-based ovens are perfect for that.
How so?
They streamline the workflow, cut down on potential human error, and drastically reduce the need for people to manually handle products during heating.
Yeah.
It's all about creating a smoother, more predictable production line.
That efficiency boost sounds huge, but there's always but, right?
Yeah.
A flip side, what are the challenges, the difficulties companies run into?
You hit the nail on the head. There are definitely hurdles. Probably the biggest restraint is the upfront cost.
Ah, the investment.
Exactly. The capital expenditure needed for the oven itself, the installation, the integration into the existing line, it's significant, especially for smaller businesses, SMEs.
So it's a barrier to entry, really.
It absolutely can be. It means larger, more established companies might find it easier to adopt this tech, potentially giving them an edge in scaling up or innovating certain processes.
So for a smaller player, it's not just buying equipment, it's a major financial decision affecting their whole model.
Precisely. And cost isn't the only thing. There's flexibility, or rather, the lack of it sometimes.
How do you mean?
Well, these ovens are often designed and optimized for high volumes of uniform products. If your company makes lots of different things or needs to switch production runs frequently,
Then a continuous oven might actually slow you down or just not work.
it can reduce your agility. Yeah. They aren't always versatile for highly varied short-run production.
Okay, that's a key trade-off. What else?
Then you've got the operational side. Maintenance can be complex, often needing specialized knowledge and downtime. Well, any stoppage can really hit your efficiency hard because the whole line often depends on that oven running smoothly.
Right, if it's continuous, any interruption is a big deal.
Yeah.
Those are definitely critical points for businesses to weigh up. It's not just plug and play.
Not at all. It requires careful planning and ongoing support.
Okay, so we've got these significant hurdles, costs, flexibility, maintenance. It sounds like it could be tough, but innovation doesn't stop, right? What trends are actually changing the game here? What's making these ovens smarter or better?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. A major trend is the integration of, well, smart technology, IoT-enabled ovens.
Internet of Things.
In an oven.
Exactly.
Ah.
Embedding sensors, connectivity. It's not just remote control. It means real-time monitoring of everything, temperature, energy use, airflow.
Okay, so lots of data. What does that enable?
Predictive maintenance is a big one.
Yeah.
The oven can basically signal before a component fails, letting you schedule maintenance instead of having unexpected, costly downtime. And it allows for much finer energy control, optimizing consumption in real time.
So the ovens get more reliable and more efficient because they're smart. That's the idea. Huge potential there. Another big trend is customization.
So moving away from one size fits all.
Definitely. Manufacturers are increasingly building ovens tailored to very specific industry needs. Think aerospace components needing incredibly precise, verified thermal cycles.
Or maybe pharmaceuticals.
Exactly. Pharmaceuticals where sterility and exact temperature control are absolutely non-negotiable, the requirements are getting much more specific.
And I imagine environmental concerns are playing a role too.
A huge role, and growing. There's a big push for eco-friendly designs. That means focusing on low emissions, using much better insulation to prevent heat loss, and developing sophisticated heat recovery systems.
So capturing waste heat and reusing it.
Precisely. Companies want to reduce their carbon footprint, save on energy costs, but without, compromising the performance they need.
It's fascinating how, even in what seems like a specialized area like industrial ovens, you see these major shifts towards digital tech and sustainability mirroring trends everywhere else.
It really is a microcosm of broader industrial innovation.
So, to kind of wrap things up, we've journeyed through this continuous industrial oven market. We've seen how essential they are, their operational strengths,
But also tackled the real challenges, the costs, the inflexibility sometimes.
and then looked ahead at these exciting trends,
Mhm.
the smart tech, the customization, the green focus.
And it all underlines how this, behind the scenes equipment is fundamental to so many products and industries we rely on daily.
Things we just take for granted.
Absolutely. From the food you buy, the car you might drive, the phone in your pocket. Chances are a continuous oven played a part somewhere along the line, even if you never see it.
Right. So here's something for you, our listener, to think about. As these industrial heating technologies get smarter, more tailored, more eco-friendly, how might that subtly change the products you use?
Hmm. Good question.
Could it impact the variety available, the quality, the environmental footprint? What does this quiet revolution in making things hot, efficiently, and precisely actually mean for the life cycle of everyday goods, and maybe even for the choices you make as a consumer down the road?